Loyalty does not mean working for you for 35 years. That was a different day and era. Loyalty means while I'm employed for you, I am going to be loyal to your mission, to your customer service, to your assets, to the time you're paying me for, and to your brand. Because your brand will make a huge impact on your customer service. There are two major sets of drivers, which we'll talk more about, but they're R&E, they're rational and emotional. We'll talk some more about that and why it's important. And then ultimately what you're trying to do when you engage an employee is get four things. You're trying to get their heads, which is their creative ideas and their problem solving. You're trying to get their hands, that physical work to be done. You're trying to get their hearts so that they're not just complying while you're watching them, but they do it on a regular basis. And then finally, you're trying to get their habits, because habits create norms. So you're trying to get their hands, their heads, their hearts, and their habits. And if you don't capture this on your phone, remember you can download the presentation and the slides too, okay? Does this make sense? I need some heads, yes or no? Okay, so here's my contention. Most are behavioral. Most of what is causing the issue is behavioral, and that is a direct result of what you accept or tolerate in your culture. Let me give you a simple example. Would you take your hand for a second, this is audience participation, and would you do this with your hand, please? All right, I'm waiting. I can see all the way back. I have good language. I have good vision. Thank you. All right, now what I want you to do is put it on your chin, please. Please put it on your chin. Please put it on your chin. All right, here's your chin. Why do you have it on your cheek? Some of you still have it on your cheek. Why did you do that? I said that I asked you to put it on your chin and you put it on your cheek. Why did you do that? Because you did. Because I did, thank you. Because leading by example is very important. And in your culture, what people see leaders doing is very important. It doesn't matter what you say, it's what you do. And so I'm going to contend with you that you have 5 opportunities in your workplace culture to create more engagement and to even enhance your customer service if you focus on these 5 things in your organization. You can listen, because listening is part of culture as well. So if you heard something like, it's not my, what would that be? Job, not my responsibility, not my area, not my department. That is someone saying, I don't really want to take accountability. Or we tried that before, thank you. Or recently I was in a facility and they said, well, we tried that in 1968. That culture was very deep, very, very deep. Remember, we are what? Remember, we're limited to what we can do. Remember, we're small. Lots of different fill-ins there. What about the 4th one? It will blank work. It'll what? Never work. It'll never work, sure. So we don't need to be accountable. Try it. That would take too much time, effort, money. Yep, we got that one down pat. Or one of my favorites now is put it in writing. Okay? I want it written down so there's clarity. Okay? Those are all signs of issues with accountability. Who's accountable for customer service in your organization? Everybody, thank you. My question is, do your employees believe that? It's not whether you as a leader or an owner believe it, it's if your employees believe it. Now, talk about accountability. I would encourage you, if you really want to take and break out of this accountability problem, consider what some high-performance organizations are doing today. This is how they define accountability. It's a personal choice to proactively influence. Proactive influence means there are no people that are excluded. Everyone can influence. It's not just the leader's job. To take ownership. When you take ownership for something, you behave totally differently than if somebody's passed it on to you to do or to watch over. And finally, to deliver desired results. If accountability is viewed this way in your organization, you're going to have less people pointing fingers and blaming others and more proactive activity to enhance that customer service. So, tying back into engagement, you cannot maximize your accountability without full engagement. And let me show you a very simple, easy technique to use. It's called the 4 rights. When you truly have full engagement, you get 4 things right. You do the right thing at the right time, the right way, for the right reason. Okay? Example. You try to minimize a customer service issue by sharing current challenges at work. Well, whether you're in the field or whether you're on the phone, you don't understand what's going on here. We're going through a major change or our computer system, or we've had a lot of turnover. Do your customers care? Seriously, do your customers care about that? No, they don't. And you're creating potential issues with customer satisfaction. So, in this case, I would say you struck out. You didn't do the right thing because you shared something internally, externally that you don't need to share. You didn't do it at the right time, you didn't do it the right way, and you didn't do it for the right reason. You were simply trying to pass the buck. Agreed? So let's look at another one. You reluctantly listen to a customer because the boss is nearby. I would contend with you don't have engagement or accountability there either, because you're doing the right thing, you're listening, but you're doing it the wrong way, reluctantly. Remember the 58% body language? I can tell whether you're really paying attention or not. You did it at the right time because the customer wanted to share with you, and you're absolutely not doing it for the right reason. So the only time that you have full engagement and maximize accountability is when you can say, yes, 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 yes. Example, you take extra time to listen to customers, explore options, and resolve issue. And if I could continue down with that box even more, and you documented it so it doesn't recur with someone else. Yes? That's engagement. That's being proactive. That's being accountable. But if I'm not accountable internally for other things, why would it naturally just go over and we're always really accountable in customer service? It doesn't happen.